guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top favorite makeup bases. I don't want to call them foundations because one of these is not a foundation, so I'm just going to say makeup bases for summer 2020. So these are products that I highly recommend. They all range from very light coverage to full coverage, and there's a mixture of very affordable to some high-end products. Actually, there's only 2 high-end out of the 5, which I think is pretty good. So let's just go ahead and dive right into them. So I'm gonna be starting off with the lightest coverage all the way through the fullest coverage. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. Now, this one I feel like is very hit or miss for people. You either love it because you like very, very, very natural makeup, or you hate it because it's very, very natural coverage that you're just like, what is this? So I personally feel like for me, I'm obsessed with it. I feel like it builds up so beautifully. It gives you very natural finish, of course, but I just like the fact that with this one, I feel like for on those days where you want really light makeup, it looks phenomenal. If you guys watched my last video, where I review the concealer, I did have this on and you guys could see how it looked really beautiful. I mean, when you build it up, you can definitely get a really good coverage out of this. So that's why I personally love it, is because if I want something really light, it's gonna give it to me. If I want something more fuller coverage, it can definitely give it to me as well. But fuller coverage for the natural person, not fuller coverage for the person who loves that dramatic makeup look. Now, you guys know this is CoverGirl's clean line, so this is cruelty-free, this is vegan, and I just feel like it lays on the skin so well. If you're somebody that does suffer from sensitive skin, or you have rosacea, I think this is something that you can gravitate towards. Also, for my people that are just getting into makeup, whether you're young or whether you're older and you just don't wear a lot of makeup, I think you'll like this. The only con, which doesn't bug me, I actually kind of like it, is that it does have like this interesting little smell. So it just really depends on your preference, but you can't beat this. It's at the drugstore, it's great. So the next product that I'm gonna go in with is the tinted moisturizer. So we went from very light to kind of a more fuller coverage finish. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation. Now, you guys have seen me talk about the IT Cosmetics CC Cream and this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation. The reason I've been really into this one in particular is because this does have 50 SPF. It does have a little bit more than the CC Cream that I personally use from IT Cosmetics. So that's one of the reasons why I really do appreciate this one. This one is also oil-free and matte. So for my people that are looking for that oil-free finish, if you do have very oily skin, then you'll definitely appreciate this. I feel like this is a lot of people's summer go-to. I think for every day when you want a little bit more than light coverage, I think this is fantastic. This has always done such an amazing job of covering my redness. This and the CC Cream by IT Cosmetics, so like it just really depends on your preference. I feel like coverage wise they're neck and neck, but I just feel like for me personally this one has a little bit more of that sunscreen SPF. Now, I do want to say, yes, this does have that 50 SPF and that's fantastic, but I still do wear my liquid sunscreen underneath, which do I have it over here? No, it's in my bathroom, but I wear the First Aid Beauty sunscreen in 30 SPF, then I go in with this, and then I go in with a spray, whether it's the Milani Make It Last, which I recently reviewed, or whether it's my Seriously Fab Zinc It Over 25, and I'll retouch it with the sprays throughout the day to continue giving me that coverage. So I know some of you guys are like, okay, are you gonna get sunburn wearing this? If you're gonna be out in the sun, I personally don't sit out in the sun, so I can't tell you that. I like to stay indoors or just avoid the sun as much as I can. So I can't sit here and tell you this, but I would always say make sure that you're retouching in some way. If you are wearing makeup, obviously you're gonna wanna retouch with a spray as opposed to having to reapply this, but you're more than welcome to do whatever you want with it. So this, really good stuff. Next up on the list, I wanna talk about the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I've been wearing this a lot. I'm actually wearing this right now. And the reason I consider this a great summer staple is because I feel like with this foundation, I've noticed that it does keep my makeup locked into place and looking more oil-free through the day for longer. I've also noticed that on days where I am outside and I'm taking pictures, I'm just hanging out with my family and stuff, my makeup still looks really nice and in place by the end of the day. It does get a little tiny bit dewy, but it's nothing that's gonna be like, whoa, that's way too much dew for me. So I definitely really do appreciate that aspect of this one in particular, because I feel like it's a great foundation. It covers what it needs to cover, but it also does a good job of maintaining the makeup on. It's good to find products that can really stay and stick on the face. The only thing with this one is that I feel like with this one, it's definitely a buildable foundation for me at least. Like I mentioned, I do have rosacea, so I find myself having to go in with a little bit more product to really build it up than maybe the person who has more perfected skin or doesn't really have blemishes may find it to be a full coverage foundation. I feel like for me, it is that buildable coverage foundation. So I just feel like I have to make sure that when I do apply this product, I apply this with a brush. And same thing with these two, because I told you guys they go from, you know, lightest coverage and then we're gonna go into fuller coverage. I would say for these three in particular that I'm recommending here, you wanna make sure that you do go in with a brush if you want more fuller coverage results. Now, if you want something more sheer, then definitely go in with a sponge. But I noticed that when I do go in with a sponge, I have to make sure that it's not too wet, because if it's too wet, it can definitely absorb a lot of the product from these three products that I mentioned. And then the fourth one is one that's great for people that have all different types of skin. This Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation, the hydration foundation, is really good for my people that want a more natural radiance from within, hydrated finish. This isn't gonna give you like dewy like all through the day. I feel like this coverage is just a really pretty skin like radiant coverage that anybody can use, honestly. Obviously, if you do have oily skin, you may get a little bit dewy faster as opposed to the person that does have the dry skin, but I feel like this just sets so pretty on the face. And I also feel like with this one, what I like about it is the fact that the coverage is really nice and fuller coverage, in my opinion. I feel like it does a really good job of giving me like a perfected finish, and it just looks so beautiful on the skin. So I really love how this lays on the skin. It wears very nicely through the entire day. It's not heavy whatsoever. It is a very lightweight consistency product. So I feel like with this, you're able to just wear it for the entire day and you just feel your absolute best, and you don't feel like the makeup looks way too cakey. So I really recommend that. And I didn't mention any of my shades in these, but I will have them down below in my description box. But I will mention this one. This is the shade 300 Fenty Beauty. I know a lot of people use Fenty Beauty for shade reference, so I guess this is the perfect one for me to mention, shade 300. And this one just looks so great on the skin. I actually like this one better than the original Pro Filter. I feel like the original Pro Filter, even though it's made more so for people that have oily skin like myself, I didn't like the finish of it. I didn't think it looked pretty and natural. I feel like this just looks pretty and natural, and I feel like that is kind of what's in right now for makeup, is that more natural finish, that more healthy, your skin but better look. So that's what I like to go for the summer. So for the last foundation, which is our most full coverage foundation, I want to talk about one of my absolute favorites. This one is the Kokie Cosmetics Full Cover Foundation. This foundation is absolutely phenomenal when you literally want to look just like porcelain. You want to look completely snatched when you're wearing like a full glam and you just want to be seen and just look to the nines. This is the foundation that you're going to want to gravitate towards. I feel like this gives you the prettiest finish in the absolute world. It's one of those foundations that gives you full coverage immediately, but it's not heavy or cakey on the skin whatsoever. It just feels so good. It glides on really well. And I feel like this just takes your makeup to the next level, which you guys can see. And I mentioned many times, like, I am almost done with this foundation. I go through this one pretty fast just because of the fact that I love it so much. And it's kind of rare because I do review a lot of foundations typically on my channel. So for me to be going through something like this fast means that I must love it. Now, the reason why I feel like I can vouch that it's a great summertime foundation, I would say this is a great summertime evening or event foundation, because I've worn this a lot for like evening or like events, or when I'm gonna be like wanting to dress up during the summer. Last summer, this was my go-to for that. I feel like it sits well on the face. It lasts all day long. It lasts all night long. No matter what the temperature is, it really does a good job of just sitting pretty on the skin. This is one of those foundations at the drugstore that is overlooked, and it needs more attention because it is just that good. So highly recommend this one for your evening outs during the summertime, for parties. I don't know if there's gonna be any parties during the summer because we're still facing a pandemic, but if you are gonna be attending like a formal event this summer and you're looking for a good foundation that's gonna just look so beautiful on the skin, definitely recommend this Kokie Cosmetics Full Cover Foundation, because it is so beautiful and it's going to give you that pretty finish full coverage, not cakey or heavy whatsoever, which is one thing that I really appreciate, because a lot of times full coverage foundations, I've noticed, they can be really good in full coverage, but they just feel so heavy on the skin and they start to crack and separate and look disgusting. And this one just does not do it, because I feel like the consistency of it is still very nice and lightweight. It's not so thick and heavy. It definitely has some creaminess to it that makes everything apply so nicely. I literally just noticed that the other foundations that I have that are products that I recommend for the summer are literally in these types of packaging containers, so just very carry-on friendly. And then of course our most glammed up foundation is in this very luxurious looking packaging for a very affordable price. So I highly recommend all of these foundations. I think they're absolutely great for the summertime. I wanted to do this video because I know a lot of you guys will ask me, like, what are your favorite foundations? What foundations do you recommend? I have several more foundations that I really do love and am obsessed with, but I really wanted to stick to just 5 because I feel like these get the point across, and I feel like there's a good happy medium between foundations that are super duper lightweight in consistency to a little bit more of that good full coverage that we all love and adore. So I will have all the information on each one of these down below. I will include the foundation, the shade, and I will also include my review, because I'm pretty sure I actually have a foundation review on, or a makeup based review on each one of these. So I will link them all so that you guys can watch it. You guys know I like to do wear tests. So I will link all that information down below, and I will also be linking down below what I am wearing. So like my makeup, my accessories, my top, it'll all be down below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. I do quickly want to give a shout out to my lashes. I actually just got lash extensions. If you guys watch my channel, you guys know that I love to get lash extensions during the summertime. So I got my lashes snatched. One of my best girlfriends, she does lashes. So if you guys live in Maryland, definitely check her out. I will have her information down below in the description box, because my lashes are popping, and who doesn't love some lash extensions during the summertime? You wake up and you're just dolled up already. So gonna leave all this info down below for you guys. I hope that you guys found this video to be very useful and helpful. So now that I share with you guys my top 5 favorite makeup bases, then I want to know if you guys would like to see a summer foundation routine, because I would love to do that for you guys, and definitely featuring one of these foundations, of course. So let me know down below if you guys would be interested in that, because I feel like since I haven't been reviewing any foundations lately, well, new foundations lately, then I would love to do something that involves foundation. So let me know if that's an option. Give this video a big thumbs up if you do enjoy watching these type of favorites videos. And if you guys are new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Jessica, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video enough to stick around and become a member of family here on YouTube. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Also, while you're at it, hit that notification bell, because that will make sure that you are notified as soon as I upload a new video, because I mean, I got you guys covered on all things beauty. So that being said, I love you guys so much. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.